Hi students, this is Payal Sen and welcome you all to Public International Law class. This is the very first video of this particular subject, and in this video we will discuss some definitions of public international law. Whenever we write the definitions of public international law, we need to bring three important names. First one is Hugo Grotius, then Jeremy Bentham, and then Oppenheim. I will discuss about 7 definitions in this video, but you need to bring these 3 definitions of which I named in initial. So let's get started. Number 1 is Hugo Grotius. He was a Dutch jurist. He is called the father of modern science of international law. He has written a book, De Jure Belli et Pacis. In English it means On the Law and Peace. This book is considered as one of the greatest contribution to the development of international law. He has given a lot of perceptions about public international law because he is not only a jurist but also a statesman and a diplomat. While most of the European thinkers treated law as something independent of mankind with its own existence, but Grotius believed that natural law came from an essential universal reason common to all men. He also gave importance to custom and voluntary law, thus emphasizing the importance of actual practices, customs, and treaties. Although in his contemporary time period it was believed by many or various jurists that law is rigid and it cannot be changed, but Grotius believed in progressive law. By not being rigid to law, what is, but being supported to law ought to be. Now coming to the second definition or second question, that is, who is the jurist who coined the term international law? The answer is Jeremy Bentham. He was the first jurist to coin the term international law in 1780. And then in 1789 he wrote a book, Principles of Moral and Legislations. In that book he used the term international relations. Now, who gave the comprehensive definition of public international law? It is LFL Oppenheim. He was a German jurist. His definition of public international law was very much comprehensive, and that was the first time any jurist has given a comprehensive definition of public international law. What was that? Law of nations or international law is the name for the body of customary law and conventional rules which are considered binding by civilized states in their intercourse with each other. So, a few aspects you have to observe from this definition. The first one is public international law can be called law of nations. Second is, he says it is a body of customary law and conventional rules. That means he talks about the sources of PIL, that is public international law. That means it is a customary law. That is, it gives value and sanction to the practice, usage and customs. Number third is, it is binding to the nations while interconnecting with each other. It is said very clearly that which are considered binding by civilized states in their intercourse with each other. That means it is binding to the nations. Now what Gray says, international law or the law of nations is the name of a body of rules which according to their usual definitions regulate the conduct of states in their intercourse with each other. It is very much similar with the above definitions. that is of LFL Oppenheim definitions. Now if you ask me what is the dictionary meaning of international law, it is a body of rules established by custom or treaty and recognized by nations as binding in their relations with one another. Okay. And the sixth definition is public international law is law of nations. It is study of international practices, customs, rules and treaties, what I have said earlier also. So you may have some confusion that why it is public international law instead of only international law. It is public international law because there is a private international law also. I will discuss about what are the difference between public international law and private international law in the next video. Now the last but not the least, the seventh definition is international law is a system of treaties and agreements between nations that governs how nations interact with other nations and businesses of other nations. So these are the seven definitions which I have given here. What is the one thing that irritates most of the students? I think it is to by-heart the definitions. Yes, before learning any subject, we have to by-heart some definitions. But if you are a poor learner, what you can do is don't try to mug up the word to word. Just learn 2 or 3 important jurist names who have contributed to that particular topic and write the theme, what they wanted to say. It is not word by word. Give the major concept they wanted to convey. That's what. I hope you have got sufficient information about the definition of PIL. That's all for the day. In the next video, we will discuss some important topics. We will discuss about the differentiation between private and public international law. So goodbye for the day. Thanks.